Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I am a master manifester, and so are you because you're watching content like this. The name of this channel is Manifesting Magic with Dr. J, and yeah, that's me, right? If you're into that thing, go ahead and like and subscribe. If videos like this are something that you like to have, daily access to, I know I do, right? Sometimes I watch my own videos. Weird, right? I know, but I do. Nonetheless. And I'm like, I said that? That's true. Why am I not listening? She's telling the truth, right? So anyway, today I want to talk about 5 signs that something amazing is brewing in your life, right? You ever get that feeling when like things are like, so a lot of times you've had, you might have had an emotional time. You might have had something go on in your life that you may have not cared for. It may have been a negative experience or whatever it was. And then you came to this sudden peace, possibly, and you were like, wow, life is good. Well, everything's great, right? But there's another piece to it. Outside of everything being content, being content with everything and everything being like even keel, a part of you's like, I feel like something amazing is brewing. I feel like a lot of that issue, a lot of those things that was happening was all bringing me to something that's going to be really fun to experience. I think I'm manifesting some magic. That's what I think, right? So 5 signs that something amazing is brewing in your life, right? Number 1, you begin to feel positive about your goals and not sad or discouraged about them, right? So you know how sometimes you can think about something that you really, really want to accomplish or something that you really, really want. And then you have to pay attention to what's that next feeling that I get when I think about that thing, right? Sometimes we have these things that haunt us all through our lives. I can think of one that haunted me. It was learning how to swim. And I was like, well, I'm not the best swimmer, but I sure did learn how, right? So it was something that haunted me like all through my 20s. I was like, God dog it, I wish I just knew how to be okay swimming, get in water. And so I finally was just like, and so when I knew that I was getting a breakthrough with that is when I would go to the classes and I didn't have any negative feelings towards the process. Like I wasn't negative and I wouldn't feel bothered about the goal. Like before that, you might have asked me about swimming. I'd just be like, oh gosh, I don't like water. I can't stand water. Keep me away from the pool. Well, it was just a negative reaction because I was just like, well, I don't know what to do inside of a pool, right? And so having to learn how to do that is what, it brings you out of it. And so you start to feel like towards, something really big that you want to create or a commitment that you're trying to make to yourself, or maybe it's weight loss goals, maybe it's fitness goals, maybe it's relationship goals, maybe it's financial goals, maybe it's spiritual goals, maybe it's travel goals. We can go on for this forever. All kind of goals people have, right? And if you have these kind of goals, when you start thinking about them, do you feel positive or do you feel negative, right? So you know that you can feel something brewing in your life, and this is not going to be on every goal because some of your goals you're still going to feel negative about it because that's just the process, the part of the process you're in. But if there are ones that you have and you're just like, I feel really good about that. I can see it. It's attainable, right? It's attainable. And even if it's not, I'm okay either way. I mean, I've said that with so many things and it's all good. Number 2, people are standing in the gap for you. People are putting in a good word for you. People are helping you not to fail. So you've ever been in your life where you've had these goals or things that you want to accomplish and do, and for whatever reason, your energy related to it wasn't quite where it needs to be. So you had a lot of sabotaging happen. People were not looking out for you. They were doing all these sort of things. And so that affect you negatively, and some of those goals may have not been accomplished. This happens commonly. People get outside feedback. It's not what they want. Then the goal goes down the hill and they don't get to it, right? So there's always a negative feeling towards that goal, right? So like, another way is like, so like number 2, what I'm talking about is people are standing in a gap for you. There are things that you don't know how to do yet, and there are things that you do know how to do. And say you are working on some big project that you want to bring to the world and, maybe monetize it to some degree. There are people that are out there telling everybody else what you're working on. There are people that you don't even know who've seen your advertisements or your videos, or I've heard you speak about it, or some group that you may have been in, and they don't even know how deeply or how badly you want this thing, but yet it's natural to them to just say, oh, I know this person that does that. Or either there's a position that opens up and they say, oh, I know the exact person that needs to do that. Oh, she's amazing. And you just think, what, am I really that amazing? You probably are to other people because you're probably hard on yourself. But you don't even have to put any effort. You don't have to hunt people down and say, can you say great things about me? Or can you give me a position here? Or can you tell your cousin that I thought he was fine at your sister's wedding? And that, can you give him my number? Like, people will literally be trying to set you up with people behind your back and trying to help you get to those goals, even if they don't even know exactly what your goals are. So something amazing is brewing when other people feel that energy and they start to work for you and they delight in doing good for you in your life for your goals. That's amazing, right? That's when you know. Number 3, you've become very clear about what you want and what doesn't work. So when you know something good is brewing, you get real relaxed and you get real clear. So you're just like, man, I know I didn't want that thing. I don't know what's coming next, but I feel real good about what's coming next. And I'm really clear about what doesn't work for me anymore. Because I think we underestimate negative experiences, or what we call negative experiences, because really, how else are you supposed to know what you don't like or what you do like, right? So even when you get with people, you have partners and mates, right? You get with people and you just like, oh, I like this about him, I like that about him. But come 2 years down the line, you're just like, all that stuff is annoying as hell. But it's really not, right? It's just that you're just figuring out by bumping up against someone, what are some things that you like and what are the things that you don't like about people or situations or environments. I know I was talking about the last contract that I did, and I lasted about 7 months because I was like, this don't work for me. But what it did was give me great clarity, and I took some time off of work. And I was just like, what exactly do you want to look for in a position? What is important to you? What is something that matters to you, right? Where do you want to be? And I got to sit there and craft my resume to a really specific ideal of where I wanted to go, and use what I was seeing as a negative experience in one environment as my stepping stone for the other. I got really, really clear, and I was relaxed. So I was like, okay, something good is happening because I'm not angry about this. I know exactly what I want, and I know exactly what doesn't work, and I'm good with that, right? I don't feel like I need to break that boundary to take care of anything. I'll be fine, right? So that's a good one way to know. And number 4 is, on the opposite side of that, you are relaxed even when the evidence around you is contrary, right? So I've had those experiences a lot in my life, especially with raising daughters as a single parent. No, I never went around, I'm a single mother. I'm not trying to toot that horn because there's so many people who are doing it. It's not even like, it's a part of it. It's a part of raising children now for a lot of people. So it's like, I remember always having evidence around me that was showing that everything was falling apart. Like all the time, right? I owned the house for like 10 years, and like every month, every other month, like, the mortgage is going to get paid. And am I going to get a contract? Is the mortgage going to get paid? It was always this constant back and forth. And when I look back, heck, it worked out for 10 years. So I guess I was just running myself ragged for nothing. But the point was, I was never relaxed ever in the environment. I was relaxed when everything looked okay. When things were topsy-turvy, I couldn't be relaxed. So this is the thing. Are you able to stay relaxed and be calm when everything around you looks like, okay, that don't look like it's working. I didn't hear nothing back from them. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know if that's going to work out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this in time. But you can still be relaxed and say, whatever works out is what's going to be. I know I've done all that I can. And right now, I'm just going to stand. I've done all I can, and I'm just going to stand, right? Because it's just the truth of it. Something amazing is brewing when you're able to keep your level-headedness, when you're able to maintain your relaxation during those times where everything around you looks like you should be running around in circles and screaming fire, right? So that's a real good sign, And number 5, I'm all with the magic and manifesting. And, I'm real big on intuition. And I'm real big on knowing the difference between your intuition and emotions, because intuition shouldn't give you anxiety. It shouldn't make you want to cry. It shouldn't make you upset. Intuition should just be like a light bulb of clarity that you get. And you're just like, And you're just like, I don't think that's going to work for me. And you're intuitively understanding it. So being real clear about separating your intuition from your emotions, you got to be clear, especially women, because we're allowed to share our emotions a lot more than our male counterparts often in situations. So we can honestly mistake our feelings and emotions that we kind of get on a regular basis with an intuitive notion. And it's like, not really. And sometimes your intuition is right. And you still may go ahead with something anyway. So it just depends on where you're at in your life, right? So my thing is, number 5 is you just feel it. You just feel that something is brewing, right? You know it. You've been through the dark night of the soul. You've dragged this goal around or this idea or this concept around so much that you've ran yourself ragged. You've ran yourself emotionally. You're emotionally exhausted thinking about this stuff. And you've gotten to the point where you're just like, you know what? I'm here. I feel it. I'm good. I know that something great is happening and I'm just going to let that be, right? So number 5 is you just feel it. And when I say feel it, we all have that intuition that tells us when danger's coming or something like that, or when something's getting brighter on the other side, right? We all have it. It's just in us, right? So those are my 5 ways that you can know that something amazing is brewing in your life, right? So it doesn't matter if it's on one front, maybe it's on a relationship front, maybe it's on a financial front, maybe it's on a career front, maybe it's on a travel front, maybe it's on the friendship front, any kind of front you want, right? Creativity front, well, you know, like something is brewing. I'm about to learn how to do something great. I'm about to be surrounded by great people. I'm about to come in contact with my new tribe. I'm about to create abundance on a level that I didn't even think was possible. You know that you feel it. You feel it. You just feel it. Anyway, I know I giggle a lot in my videos. In high school, I think I was voted. They on my pictures they wrote. They used to call me Miss Giggles. Yeah, it was a habit. I think it was nervous. I still do it now. I would hear bad news. And my brother was just like, why are you giggling? I don't know. It's nervous. And when I was in middle school, one of my teachers used to call me a laughing hyena. Now, these days, they would probably lock her up and cancel her and put her under the PC bus for telling me I was a laughing hyena. But I mean, my feelings weren't hurt. It was really funny. And I was like, hyenas laugh. I didn't know. And they made this noise. And they used to say, I can hear Jameelah laughing from the hallway. Even since I was in middle school, high school, I always had this big giggle that popped out at the weirdest times. Nervousness. You know, someone was like, oh my God, you can't believe what happened this weekend. I was like jumping from my brother's truck to my other son, so-and-so's truck, and I broke my leg. And I'm like, how did you do that? And they were like, why did you laugh? And I'm like, it wasn't a laugh. I apologize. So, yeah, that's a part of who I am. And it's all good. So nonetheless, 5 ways that you know something amazing is brewing in your life, right? Don't miss it. Don't miss the signs. You feel positive about your goals. People are standing in the gap for you without you even asking for it. You become very clear about what you want and what you don't want. You find yourself relaxed, even if your evidence is contrary. And you really just feel it at the end of the day that positive things are a brewing. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Like and subscribe if you're into that thing. And until next time.